First and foremost, the topic is, why do men break up with their girlfriends or their women or the person they're cutting with prior to Valentine's Day?
From January 15th to 20th of January, then you start hearing, my boyfriend served me breakfast. 30 beers, and those 30 beers are usually very big. And 30 beers now, the smallest one. The smallest 30 because guys are smart. The way God created us, and we are very smart. But in other instances where you have guys breaking up with their girls before Valentine's Day, that is not let me quickly add this caveat. That is not to say that they won't come back again. They will usually come back after the love season is gone.
Really now? Hey everyone, welcome to another interesting section of our show today. And today we will bring you an interesting topic, and the topic is loud. I must say it's loud because research has it that. First and foremost, the topic is, why do men break up with their girlfriends or their women or the person they're cutting with prior to Valentine's Day? They said research has it that there's so many breakups before prior to Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so
how true is that one, Binga? Anyway, that's what we're doing today. I can't wait.
That's very true. And it doesn't only apply to men, even boys self.
Boys and girls.
Boys, they have got the memo.
They've got the memo.
They've got the memo. The moment anything from January 15th to 20th of January, then you start hearing, my boyfriend served me breakfast. Blah blah blah. Really? And by the 1st of March, we come back again.
But if you ask me,
take our breakfast back.
Because I'm not the type that does that believe in Valentine. And if at all, for me, you get to celebrate Valentine anyway. Celebrate with your spouse, showing each other love, maybe taking each other to one special place just to remind you of your love for her, or her reminding you of our love for you, and vice versa. Or go to your motherless baby's home, really show this love we're talking about.
But really, back then, when we were in school, I know that in secondary school back then, during period like this, Val is coming, people are preparing, students are saving to buy gifts for their boyfriends. And vice versa.
Especially greeting cards.
Not just greeting cards, real gifts. Hey,
your own time was too short.
You know those days, Sweet Sensation, Mr. Biggs, where the raining each week.
How was greeting cards though?
I know. Talk about. I don't want to mention school now. St. Peter Boy.
You know, we went to local schools. We went to local schools now, so.
I'm not saying they do bad things. What I'm saying is that those days you could feel the value is coming.
I get it.
People are saving and buying gifts, and and all of that. So today I feel we should teach the students, our children, on how vows should be celebrated. Our teenagers, on the view how vows should be celebrated, and if at all they want to celebrate vows. But if you ask me, every day should be Valentine. Show love to someone.
Show love.
Show love to that.
Show love. Shout out to you.
Yes. Don't wait till 14th of February before you decide to buy gifts for your spouse or for somebody you care so much about, or just show love on regular basis, no matter how little or tiny. Don't wait the whole year. I remember a friend of mine saying that she used to buy, when she didn't really have money, she would buy her father gifts, small gifts of worth of like 500, 1,000. Back then, she just finished university, and the first job she got, they were paying her around 5,000 naira. And she would wonder, what would I buy? Transport fare is not even enough. So she decided to buy toothpaste, for the dad, maybe bathing soap. And not knowing that the father was going to pass on after a short while. Thank God she started early. So show love to somebody. That's something you call little, minute. It will go a long way,
Most guys would break up with their girlfriends.
Because they are not showing love the Jesus way. They are not showing love the Jesus way.
They can't even show love the way Jesus Christ showed it. But there are quite a number of factors that actually cause that to happen.
Not at the factors. They don't want to buy gifts.
So many. Well, that's a major factor. Around Valentine's Day, most times guys are expected to buy gifts for their girls.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, before the ladies come for me, there is only guys that can buy gifts. Yes, ladies also will buy gifts, but of course you can't compare because usually the guys have to do that.
They save up, they warm up for it.
Yes, they warm up for it.
They plan towards it.
Yes. So, and you know, all those supermarkets now, they would have stocked up their shops with teddy bears, and those teddy bears are usually very big. And teddy bears now, the smallest one.
That reminds me.
The smallest teddy.
You know, there was a time somebody actually bought a flower, his wife, and they were like, "Don't share me. Are you kidding me now?"
Yeah.
No, please use this. You know I'm not a flower person. And for sure, bring it on. Bring it for sure. The African way. Let's just vegetable and eat. That's what would I be doing with this flower? But for some people, you know, different people with different kind of lifestyles, you know. For some people, that flower, that day is a special day. Even if you've been showing love all these years, as in that 14th of February.
Let me give a typical example. You know,
for the young chaps anyway.
You know, a lady was actually confessing to when I was in school. The lady was confessing to her then boyfriend on Valentine's Day. The guy got her some gift items. So at the point where the guy was presenting the gift, the girl started to cry. And she started not shedding tears. She was actually crying. And then the guy was like trying to tell her to stop crying. And then she said, the guy asked, "Why are you crying?" And then she said she had never for once in her life received a gift from anybody. You know? Despite the fact that she had dated a couple of guys that most times they would usually fight her when it was closer to Valentine and all of that. So, and then when he told me, I was just smiling because, of course, I've had similar experiences.
But those were red flags. So she should be thankful.
No, usually you wouldn't know because guys are smart. The way God created us, and we are very smart. So
I agree.
And we can come up with different,
100%.
You know, as ladies are trying to, as you are unraveling one trick, we are coming up with
another one.
You know, the same way a scammer or a hacker. We always try to outsmart technology, and then technology also, because it's advanced, we are always going to be a step ahead.
Very true.
So the lady was shedding tears and all of that, and then the guy was like, no, that's not a problem. You know? That's because he's an understanding guy. But in other instances where you have guys breaking up with their girls before Valentine's Day, that is not. Let me quickly add this caveat. That is not to say that they won't come back again. They will usually come back after the love season is gone.
Really now?
So it's just more like a break.
Yeah, I'm just hearing this one.
I know guys now, they will fight me because I'm breaking.
I didn't used to receive gifts when I was in school.
I'm breaking the guys.
I don't believe
I'm breaking the guys' code now.
We're doing it the Jesus way. You know?
So usually they would come back in most cases. They would come back, but for that period, because around that time, if a guy does not really have much, it becomes a problem to satisfy the girl around that time. And some ladies also, I know some are very understanding. They won't demand. But for a typical guy, it would be like, I should be able to provide for my girl on that day.
But sorry to cut you short in that. What about a guy who has always been providing, you know, pampering you with gifts,
even before that time?
So if he doesn't give you anything on that 14th of February, it wouldn't be a big deal.
I mean, like I said, most times it's not really about what the lady thinks on that day. A typical guy now thinks that on that day he's supposed to gift his babe something. So if he's unable to do that, then it becomes I won't say it's a problem, but it's not going to be very comfortable. So around that time now,
I think I need to go out during about.
We'll just chip in one fight.
If you ask me, maybe I'm living in an archaic world. I don't believe that people still go them out to celebrate like that.
Well,
I remember those days, like some years back.
Some people still do. I think millennials do it, but
really?
We can't count the number of people. Personally, I can't count the number of people that have shown love to at different times. So even when you have and when you don't have, so it has to be part of you, and I believe that's one of the key messages
For me, that
messages in today's topic.
that should be the whole essence.
The whole essence of
should be touching lives,
just touch
affecting
lives.
humanity positively.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be during Valentine. It's something that you have to do.
And also for people who are still in school, maybe secondary school, even tertiary, don't let ladies precisely. Don't let people take advantage of you for that one day. Some people are going to sell their virginity. Some people are going to sell, they sell reputation just because of one bouquet or one fake flower or teddy bear, or you understand what I mean?
An iPhone.
Some people will exactly lose a husband to be and go for how do they call Power Raja? Just because it's bringing you gifts for that one day.
Yeah.
Some people actually switch.
So something like
they give them time.
Spoil of the moment.
They give them time. They say, okay, I'll be available from morning till 12:1.
Yeah.
Another person, I'll be available from afternoon till evening. Just to get 2 gifts from different guys.
Sure. So I think on the other hand too, we also have to talk to the ladies.
Yeah, back in those days, there were a lot of cautions, and some of them actually got pregnant and leading to them to putting a stop in their education or delays, kind of. But the boys or the guys still proceed with their education. The consequences, people were not well enlightened. Even now that people are enlightened, if you do abortion and you lose your womb in the process, well, who's to be blamed? What happens after 14th? Nothing happens again. You've messed yourself up, So you really need to have a second thought if you're planning already towards 14th and saying, oh, maybe after 14th.
So in other words, based on the topic now, Valentine's Day, guys coming up with different excuses for breakups and all of that. For the smart guys, they will usually look for something that you can't even think of. To just bring up a quarrel. In fact, at the end of the day, the lady might begin to blame herself for the breakup.
Maybe I asked too much, or maybe I was too.
So usually when they come back,
they'll be the one bleeding rather than the other way around.
So I feel like it should be a case of such kind of ladies.
Okay, what about those already married in marriage?
No, in marriage it's even easier now. It's just a matter of telling your woman that I'm not a vows person. Of course, any other day I can show you love. I can take you out. We can travel. We can go on vacation.
She's the side of value that they.
You can talk about it. It's a different ballgame when you are talking with your wife or your husband, and then when you're having a communication with maybe a girl.
But usually on 14th for you, do you celebrate?
No, like I said, I don't even celebrate Valentine's Day. Right from time. Okay, I did it once, maybe when I was on campus.
Okay.
So I did it just once, and I think after that, okay, I did it twice actually. So
the same chick or
no, different areas.
Okay.
but then that's fine at different times anyway.
Okay.
At different times, different intervals, different years. So but I noticed that during those 2 occasions it was perfect because they actually appreciated it. I believe that there's no lady you give something that will not appreciate.
Competition.
And that's what I'm saying. That
what did your guy buy for you? You see someone with big, very fat teddies, another set of people with small teddies, maybe smaller cakes, medium-sized cake, big cakes, and they're comparing.
Okay, one of those times I bought a small teddy bear.
Or even jewel or wristwatches, as in.
I bought a small.
I'm telling you, people save towards this day. I don't know how they do it.
More reason why guys will always want to break up. Because the moment you now make it a tradition or it becomes a ritual that I have to save towards Valentine, then it becomes a problem. I will not do it. I will run away. I will break up with you.
Global economic situation. She'll step down.
That's a sign for me that you want us to break up. If you start thinking that, okay, you start nagging it in my ear, or you continue to hammer it that Valentine is coming, I need something humongous from you. You are deceiving yourself. Because at the end of the day, I will just come up with some lies, and the relationship will end that very week or month, and then we'll continue another time. So I feel like generally both partners They just have to understand each other and have a lot more communications, and then they know what they want. What
Okay,
they don't
okay.
want,
For
and then
those
that
that are
way-
in serious relationship, do you think what's your advice? Do you think they should go on breaking up before vow just because they don't want to give gifts, or they should sit talk about it?
Of course, if
So, and for ladies too, don't make your real husband material husband to be a boyfriend just because of one day gift you want to get from someone. You abandon him, you move to the other person who's able to offer you something. Then after the Valentine, what happens? You go back begging, and the guy has moved on. And later in the future, you see the guy prospering. You're wondering that if you had known. So you have to be very sensible and know what you're doing. So for me, Vows Day, just like any other day, every day should be celebrated. Every day is love. God is love. Celebrate love on daily basis. Show love to humanity, people around you. There's somebody in need who wants something somewhere around you, around your community. There's a child's school fee needs to be paid. Somebody needs books somewhere. I went somewhere recently and they said even they could not afford to buy 40 leaves or whatever. Some of them use one notebook to write 4 subjects or 5 subjects. So that is to tell you what's happening around the world. And you're there waiting for there are better ways you can celebrate. How do you feel if you invest on this kind of people or people around you, just showing love, and you see somebody, you're better the life for someone? It gives you joy. I believe that's something that should give anybody joy. Even among spouse, that should be your need, what you need. And that other woman said, I want a for sure call. But
that's really funny.
She's not a flower person.
That's really funny.
I remember one person saying that, like, now, I can't imagine me buying flower for my wife now. She's not a flower person. You understand? And I now take flower to her.
Well,
How do you think the woman will keep it?
it's just understanding. It's just understanding, because while growing up, I don't think I saw any time that Valentine was celebrated in our home. But because every other day, my dad would bring gifts, my mom would bring gifts.
No.
So right from childhood, we knew the importance of gifting people, because and then just like there is a portion of the Bible that talks about that talks about giving. That when you give, automatically it just open doors for you. So
I have not received my gift.
for which
She showed up to humanity now.
don't worry, we'll talk about that one later. We'll talk about that one later.
We've come to the end of today's show. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and smash the like button and leave your comments below. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.